Today I'll be showing you some of the best co-op games you can play in your browser. Hey guys, it's Joel here with Make Tech Easier. There are a few bonding experiences quite as fun as playing cooperative games with your mates, but if you don't want to go through the hassle of buying, downloading and installing new games, then you can easily get your gaming fix through your browser. Now we've put together a list of the best browser-based co-op games you can start playing in a matter of seconds. Let's check it out. Everyone's been at a drunken dinner party where they've played werewolf or mafia, right? But one or two people play the killer while the rest try to work out who they are. This concept is expanded brilliantly in the town of Asylum. A group of 7 to 15 players are assigned roles such as serial killers, townsfolk, mafia, and dozens of others. No one knows what role the other person is playing, so it's up to the killers to knock people off at night, while the townsfolk try to catch them during the day. It's a perfect party game where cooperation is essential for survival. I've tried my luck at this game and I've found it to be a really fun game to play on your browser. You'll need to register, so if you're a Steam user, which I am, you can actually log in using your Steam account. And this little box will pop up. I do not already have an account. Agree to the terms of service. Select a username. I think Town Asylum's done a great job of creating a really cool, fancy looking environment on their UI here. So we've got everything from customization options, we can customize our characters, we've got the daily brew, which is quite a cool feature. We've also got the shop. I love these characters, they look so cool. Which one do you choose though is the main problem here. I think I've got to go with Jack Frost. So when we click play, we've got a bunch of different options here. We've got normal, classic, ranked, practice, or ranked modes. So we're just going to go normal, classic mode. We can create a party if we want to play with our friends. We'll just leave the party. So when joining a solo game, you get taken into the lobby. Now you do have to be aware on Town of Salem, the chats can get a bit hairy. People like to talk about all kinds of things, so just be aware when you jump in the game, you are able to report people. Then we get assigned a random role. I can see my role here, which is medium. Basically you have good doers and evil doers. My goal is to destroy all the evildoers. The game is split into day and night time. So in night time is where everyone can use their abilities, and in daytime we discuss what happened. So, oh no, Black Roses died last night. People are already getting stabbed by serial killers. You can also leave wills, so you can write on this notepad here down the bottom any suspicions you have about people, and then when you're found dead, if someone finds you dead, the last will is read to the rest of the town, so you can actually help people from after you've died. All in all, this game does take quite a while to get use of. You start off and you have to play the classic game before you can move on to ranked. I wouldn't really recommend anyone doing anything other than classic when you first get started, because it does take time to get used to all the roles in Town of Salem. Next up is Survive.io. There's Fortnite, there's PUBG, and then there's Survive.io. This one is a browser game with super simple graphics and a top-down perspective. It's still an awesome squad-based battle royale shooter where teams of 2 or 4 players try to outlast the others. For those unfamiliar with the battle royale concept, you start with almost no equipment and need to scour a large map for guns, armor, and other resources. Then once you've stocked up, assuming you're not dead yet, you head out to hunt down other teams or just hunker down to try to survive. The last team or person standing wins. Alright, we're loading into Survive.io. So I'm using the W, A, S, and D keys on my keyboard to move around. It's a really fun game this. You can go around, pick up some guns, pick up this, F, pick up some ammo here. Okay. Alright, so we have some missions here. I'm going to head towards this on the map. Keep checking our map, see where we're going. And I'm dead. Next is Realm of the Mad God. This is another browser game that eventually made it over to Steam release, which is actually free to play. Luckily, you can still play Realm of the Mad God for free in your browser, letting you enjoy one of the most intense shooter experiences alongside your friends. Each instance of this game has an 85 player capacity in your browser. That's insane. You traverse a vicious fantasy world, fighting increasingly powerful mutations, monsters, and bosses while accruing fame. Death is permanent here, but you can use your previous character's fame points to purchase equipment for your next creation. It may look simple, but this is a brilliantly designed co-op experience. Next up is Devast.io. A gritty survival experience masked in cutesy top-down graphics, Devast.io is an online game set in a post-apocalyptic world where the extent to which you cooperate or go solo is entirely up to you. You start by gathering resources from trees and stones while desperately seeking out food, with the aim of eventually building up to a self-sustaining base out in the wasteland. There are other players in the world, as well as hostile creatures and radiation to worry about as well. Do you join up with other survivors and choose to build a better world, or just kill them and loot their corpses? These things are quite cute. Oh, this guy won't let me in to his house. We'll fight to the death. Next up, we have the classic Pokemon franchise with Pokemon Showdown. Now, Pokemon is one of the most popular gaming series in the history of gaming, but it's only right that a browser version exists to get your Pokemon fix as well. This battle simulator ensures that you can train your Pokemon prior to competing in any professional games. Make your own team or pick from random players around the world. What makes Pokemon Showdown even more appealing as a browser game is that it's good for both kids and their parents. Jumping straight into battle is the best part. No long console level intros, just straight into battles. What more do you need with Pokemon anyway? Over 10,000 users online and over 1,600 battles going, so you really feel like you're part of the community playing online. I do love that you can just play Pokemon in your browser, just battles, it's awesome. So it really is quite strategic with which Pokemon you bring out at different times. You can check by hovering over the other Pokemon to see what type of Pokemon it is. So my ice Pokemon has died, so let's see if we can sludge bomb this guy. Next we have the Katan Universe. The classic board game has been brought to your browser. Trade, build, gather resources, and destroy your friends, all without leaving your home. Just like the board game itself, Katan Universe ensures that outsmarting your friends or random opponents is now the name of the game. Fire up Discord or a video chat call with your friends and make this an immersive co-op and multiplayer experience. The graphics of this is amazing. It's amazing that you can play this in your browser. As for the UI itself, we've got all of our resources down the bottom here. So the game consists of lumber, brick, wool, grain, and ore. So you've got the character panel up the top here. We have a chat function for online play. In the spirit of Catan as well, everything's about trading. So I've got an offer here on the right from Lewis. Lewis wants to trade 1 wool for 1 ore. Since I've got 2 of those, I will go for that. Brilliant. I'm just racking up all the ore. Another interesting feature that the game offers is a robber feature where you're able to actually rob someone else's resources. Next up is itch.io. This one is less about a specific game and more about the itch.io website, which is full of browser-based games that are full of fantastic pick up and play co-op gaming experiences. As of the time of this video, there are a total of 169 co-op browser-based games available. Games like Guardian Sphere and Life in Quarantine are fantastic choices to kill some time with friends. The gameplay is simplistic. You can quit each game without feeling any guilt about having to start over during your next play session. My rusty submarine helped me waste over 30 minutes before I realized I was playing, as I struggled to keep my appropriately named rusty submarine afloat. And the last one for this list is powerlineio. If you want to relive the glory days of Nokia phones from decades past, powerlineio is the game for you. Just like Snake, the game that appeared on Nokia phones, your goal is to compete against players from around the world to eat the beams or cubes and grow as long as possible. So you spawn randomly and it's just an absolute free-for-all to try not to die, but also to get bigger. I have not managed to get too far yet, but it's great when it's so satisfying when another snake dies. Oh no. Oh. These are just some of our top picks, with plenty more where they came from. Which co-op games have vacuumed up most of your time? If you prefer to play board games instead, you can check out our list of sites where you can play board games online. And if you're into fighting games, check out the best fighting games you can play in 2021 on our website, maketecheasier.com. Well, that's it from me. As always, if you love tech as much as we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the bell on, and you'll be notified by our latest and greatest tech-savvy videos. See you next time.